What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Christian Kuntz Podcast. I'm here with my boys Trey and Jesse. We got Swing behind the boards. We're joined by a very special guest, the guy that I thought we would need new seats in here for because he's too damn big. Let's give it up for Yahya Black.
Yaya.
Yeah. I gotta start with this. My grandma on my Greek side, her name's Yaya. We call her Yaya. That's Greek for grandma. Different spelling, but similar names.
Wait, can we clear this up? That's not how you pronounce your name, right?
It's Yaya.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God.
Say it out, please.
Yaya.
Yaya Black. Let's give it up for Yaya Black.
Nah, what's crazy though? What's crazy? I don't correct people.
Yeah.
Like,
well, bro, you could have corrected me every time.
Oh no, I could have corrected you in the locker room way before this.
Camp.
But I'm be honest with you, I don't. It's like Yaya, nice to meet you, and they'll be like Yaya, sure. Like Wyatt, sure. All right.
Well, now I feel like a dick because I've been calling this guy Yaya for the last 4 weeks.
I think it's hilarious.
Does everybody call you Yaya? I feel like everybody's got.
There's a couple people that call me Yaya, yeah. But I just
you just rock with it.
Just hey.
That is hilarious.
He's gonna catch you in the trenches. Don't worry.
How did you know this right? Pronunciation.
I know everything.
You just
did.
I
gotta go straight to Google and ask.
It's not like it's way out there. It's not like it's been pronounced.
Yeah.
No, I did hear about it on the draft, and then I did say one of our podcasts. We had mentioned you because the size, which I want to get into real quick, but yeah, we had mentioned that about the name, and everybody was saying Yaya because it's what it looks like. But yeah, I did hear online somewhere that it wasn't that. But I wanted to get confirmation, and this was probably the best raw moment. So, Steelers Nation, there you are. It's not Yaya.
And what is it again?
Yaya.
Yaya.
Right?
Yaya.
Yaya.
Yes. Oh man. Oh, you thought it was sweet, huh? You thought it was sweet. You thought it was good.
Oh man, that makes me feel so happy.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of both names.
Well, dude, I want to thank you for coming on. I know you have a busy week with all the rookie stuff going on, but I want to get into your story a little bit. Like Minnesota, growing up, what was that like? Were you always the biggest human being to enter a room, grade school up to high school, and just walk us through like what was that like playing football, Minnesota? I saw some high school stats, 3-year letterman in basketball. We'll get into that later because I want to talk about that.
It's in the post.
But yeah, give me like a rundown of growing up in Minnesota and what was that like?
Man, Marshall, Minnesota. There's not much. I'm like bottom left corner of the map. Cornfields everywhere. Like we had bring your tractor lawnmower to work day. Like bring school day. You know what I mean?
Bring your lawnmower.
Literally, it's something like that. Like we're a big farm. Like it's farm school. Very much there. But growing up, yeah, I was definitely always the bigger kid.
Yeah.
I had a gut on me when I was in like 8th grade, and then I shot up, and I was like a little twig. There's pictures out there. It's bad. It's a bad look. Skinny kid.
Did you live on a farm?
No. You lived. It's like the biggest town within an hour, I'd say.
Okay.
Like the South Dakota border is an hour away.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're tucked in there.
Oh, we're in there.
You're in there. So when you were going to Iowa, you were feeling at home going to Iowa essentially.
Oh, literally. Yeah. It's
what?
the same thing. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. It's cornfields. Straight up.
I love that because we grew up. I mean, I feel like anybody from Pittsburgh, we claim Allegheny County is one of the largest populations in a city. It's like everybody claims they're from it's a city. Like it's a small. We're all city slickers. Like we don't know anything but the city. I don't know first thing about being on a farm. I did a little engagement today about Northeast Dairy. It was a little seminar down in Northside. We had to speak on it. It was a cool little event, but there was a spin the wheel and there was trivia questions on cows and nutrition that cows produce. You know how much water a cow drinks a day?
How much?
Oh yeah, no.
A ton.
40 gallons.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was like 2 gallons. I guess 2 gallons. 2 gallons of gallons. I don't know. 40 gallons. That's like 3 full tubs of water that they drink.
That's crazy.
Bathtubs.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So the farm life's a little bit different.
I wouldn't say like I'm a pure country kid. Like I grew up around it, but I wouldn't say I was a hands-on.
So when was your first like experience with football, and what position did they have you at?
organized football, 5th grade.
What do you mean by organized football?
Like,
What were
you know,
doing?
me and my cousins were in the backyard playing Kill the Carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Everybody
absolutely
understands the language.
murdering each other in the backyard. But organized football was 5th grade, and that's when Oklahoma drill was still
Oh yeah, legal.
you could still let it fly. So I'm
Yeah.
talking like, here, take this ball, get up and run head
Yeah,
first
yeah.
into each other. And I was a fullback and defensive end.
Oh my gosh.
How were you always like? When were you like big as hell? Like, you know what I'm saying, in comparison to everybody else? Because I know you're trying to explain it, but like
Probably
you're
like
massive.
7th, 8th grade. I was the big kid out there.
Did you
Yeah.
know? Did you know right away that like you were going to play college football? Like you have a little intel that you were going to play college football because of your size. Were people telling you like,
Oh
dude?
man, family members all the time.
Everybody.
But I was just a kid.
Yeah.
I was just playing football. To be honest with you, wasn't that great in school. I was just
Yeah, I'm curious. I've always thought about this with like abnormally humongous human beings, like coming into the locker room, right? Like everybody's like, "Oh, you're a kid. You're 23, right? Like, what's it like to be a fucking 6'5" kid?" Like, you know what I mean? Like the fact that you're a monster, right? So people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's kid, rookie, whatever." Like, it's just such a weird dynamic. I can't imagine another grown man looking at you and be like, he's just a kid. It's like you're standing over top of these people, so
I mean,
you just like laugh it off. Like, what's the
like they're still going in the locker room. It's like, hey, rookie, give me some water. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
or like Coach Dunbar, hey, Rook, go
yeah.
get that bag.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. I think of it like going into middle school, you go like 5th grade, you're the youngest. Then you get to 8th grade, you're the top dog.
yeah,
Now I'm back in freshman year of high school,
right,
bottom of the barrel, senior year.
Right.
I'm top dog. Freshman year of college, bottom of the barrel again.
Yeah.
And then it's like, got to senior year of college, I'm good.
Yeah.
And now I'm back at the bottom again. I'm like, damn. All right.
yeah,
And it's like, I'm a big guy,
Yeah.
but that means nothing with experience.
right, right.
With no
Yeah.
experience.
You got
can't-
Kuntz calling you a kid over there. Like,
No, no.
kid.
No, I don't. I
No,
don't call.
it's Yaya.
yeah,
You still call me Yaya.
I'm not. I'm calling him Yaya from here on out.
Yeah,
it's
good.
set. What you can't. This dude can't wait to put the pads on. You probably hated the OTA period, no pads, playing interior D line, offensive line. It's got to be tough with no pads on. What'd you think of your first like OTA experiences, NFL practices? I guess we can call them, even though they're really not. Training camp are real practices. But what'd you think of like the whole transition from playing at Iowa, which is basically like a pro program, hence why we probably draft so many Iowa guys and so many Iowa guys are in the league. But yeah, what was your experience like with, coming into the NFL in this whole last 4 weeks, 6 weeks since you've been here?
The learning process, it's really cool. I mean, there's a lot more to it. There's a business aspect of it. I mean, they're starting to get into it now with NIL and stuff like that. But like the business aspect, like coming here with a guy and then now he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was weird to me because it was just like I was just lifting with him yesterday,
Yep.
and this morning saw him, but he's not here anymore. That business aspect is weird, but I think it's still really cool. Like practices, I mean, at Iowa we're still hitting, even though it's like supposed to be low tempo. Didn't matter, So it's kind of used to it. They kind of built up like us Iowa players as like kind of how the NFL is,
Yeah.
and like kind of smooth transition into it.
It's got to be pretty cool for you to be drafted to Pittsburgh. I feel like Pittsburgh and Iowa are very similar in a sense of like defense. Not saying our offense isn't good, but I'm just saying, we start with defense here, and that's Pittsburgh's thing. And I feel like Iowa's defense every year is top of the food chain, and their offense isn't. And then you get drafted here, you got Cam Heyward, to learn off of, Coach Dunbar, who's phenomenal, Coach Tomlin, obviously. What's that experience been like, just coming in and, being able to learn from Cam a little bit in these last 6 weeks and all the other veterans that are around?
I'm really just been watching.
Yeah.
I like watching demeanor and how they practice. I feel like that's the best way to learn how to really fit in and grasp the concept of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I haven't talked to Cam as much as I should and like really pick his brain about it, but just watching him, the way he attacks things and like goes about his life, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing to watch.
He hits that sled. He's running across the field. Like, This dude's 36. He's running across the field in between periods. Like, he ain't walking. He's running to the next period, telling guys the fault. Like, it's cool. It's cool shit to see.
Yeah. What would you say is a vocal point for you going into your first season? I'm sure you relied on a lot of like brute strength of just being able to overpower the guy in front of you, or you get double teamed or whatever. But are you going into this year looking at, okay, I really want to work on techniques, getting off the ball, watching film, being able to analyze things? Are you taking different sets from other guys? Like, are you watching other D tackles in the league, D ends? Are you pulling from other stuff like that? Some guys that you pull inspiration from?
Really pulling from like what you guys have here. I feel like the best way to learn is like this playbook and
Right
like what's going on like right in front of me, and then really gonna get into like how to watch NFL tape. We had rookie meetings a little bit about it, but really like diving into that part, especially when it comes to like game planning, all that things. When we get close to that point, is just really, I feel like it's gonna be like the fine-tune aspect of it.
What's some of the, like, you don't have to give much away, but what's some of like the little tips or nuggets that you take when you're watching, you're scouting yourself and an offensive lineman? Like, you're looking to exploit an offensive lineman. What kind of things are you kind of looking for in that sense?
Man, now it's hands. Like, where the hands, low, high, like where things are, and then it starts with me and my feet. Like, where are your feet and your hands and eyes when you come off this ball? Yeah.
It's cool that you say that, because we had Eric Tengretti on, played for the Penguins in the NHL, AHL for 10, 12 years. And he talked about, he judged a game not based on if he scored goals or if he had assists or whatever, but if he moved his feet. Right. If he was moving his feet the whole, moving his skates, whatever you call it, but if he was moving his feet the whole game, he would consider that a good game. I feel like that applies to defensive linemen, because if you get stuck in the mud, I mean, you're done, and then your linebackers are screwed, then your safeties are screwed in a sense. So that's kind of cool to hear the correlation between both sports. Move your feet, hands, everything.
Yeah. See, I'm curious in the sense of like, what is the Iowa culture? Because they just breed badass dudes, bro. Like, you got George Kittle, right? Pretty sure, he's from Iowa. You got a lot of guys, like, although you don't hear Iowa in the top 25 or in the top 10 every year, like, but every year the guys that you put in the NFL make impact in the NFL. So what's the culture of Iowa that lets you guys be so gritty? You know what I mean? Because I've played at Iowa. We had that conversation before the podcast. Yo, playing in that stadium, bro, the fans are dumb close. Like, dumb close. So, like, bro, just talk a little bit about that.
First, you talking about the fans. They could touch you. Like, you could sit on your bench listening to your coach, and they could, like, reach out and just grab your helmet,
like,
grab
bro,
your
I've
head.
had it happen to me.
They're right there in your ear.
That's kind of sick, though.
It's actually really dope.
Yeah, for you guys, probably for a visiting team.
It sucks.
It's miserable. They got beer. They're talking crazy. Listen, drunk country people are different, yo. Like, let me tell you something. They're different, yo. So, like, the things that come out of their mouth, you don't know what's coming out. And if you're on the north side of the end zone, we used to talk about this.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm a freshman. I'm shaking in my boots. The ground is shaking under me. And they're screaming. Then you got fans, when you come to the sideline, you had a bad play. They seen it, too.
They're letting you know.
And they right here. As coaches yelling you in the front, they yelling at you in the back. There ain't no way to get out of it, man.
Yeah, you cannot hear in that north end zone. How was it walking in at halftime to a pink locker room?
Yeah, that's another thing. They have a pink locker room, so it's crazy. Like,
what do you mean
the
pink?
visitors' locker room is pink?
Yeah, bro. Like,
it's a light pink. Like, it's
like done on purpose.
Like, on purpose.
Like this,
like
almost
super bright
like
pink,
super
like,
bright pink.
Everything, with your head,
like
bro.
Toilets, like the urinals, the seats, the chairs.
He's that serious.
That's awesome.
It's hilarious.
They troll you from the beginning, bro. Listen, they troll you before you even get to the game, bro. They got a whole page just to talk shit on the other team, bro. Like, I was different, bro. Like, my experience there was wild, bro.
The pink locker rooms, is that like a psychological?
It started with I think it was Hayden Fry. Okay. Like, he painted the whole visitors' locker room, and it's like a psychological thing. You're soft.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, facts. It's pink.
Funny. It's hilarious. I walked in there the first time my senior year, like this past year, just because I had to see it. I've never been in there.
Yeah.
Went in there, I was like, they aren't lying.
Yeah.
It is a light pink, and it is like
all pink. The lockers.
I wouldn't want to be in here. God. Like taking an L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like even getting a win. What am I supposed to celebrate? I'm in a pink locker room.
Yeah, just playing Barbie Girl on.
Literally.
Like, just get in your head. Like, God, that would piss me off so much.
So like back to Trey's, does that come on is that the culture of Iowa? Like you're gonna out gritty everybody, out toughen everybody, out gritty everybody, and then we're gonna send your ass back to a pink locker room after we whoop your ass.
That's what it is. It's like our thing is tough, smart, physical. Like that is the Iowa way. There isn't speed on there. It's tough, smart, physical.
No
like
speed.
we're here to whoop you.
They mean that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
That is wild.
Is there other stuff like that in other locker rooms? I mean, I've heard of like no AC or too cold or too hot, small, shitty, locker rooms, but pink is.
But there's some locker rooms that they got set up that legitimately like make you uncomfortable going into the locker room during games. Like Duke, you got at least a mile and a half before you even get to the goddamn field. Then you got North Carolina. They also do like not pink, but it's a little bit weird over there in North Carolina.
Isn't Penn State's little?
Penn State, you're literally in a freaking ice box. They want you to like sweat it out. They want you to sweat out. Okay. Like, and I know you've been at Penn State. Yo. That little ass ice box they put everybody in. Tell them about it, yo.
There's some bad Big Ten ones. I'm telling you, like, oh my gosh, I forget which school it was, but no space, none. What's like we're shoulder to shoulder,
bro.
Four in a locker.
There's some bad ones in the NFL too.
For real?
Oh my gosh, like you get into Baltimore's locker room, visiting locker room, like we are sharing a lot. Like I'm sharing a locker. We're all shoulder to shoulder. Like there's probably like 30 lockers compact in one space. Guys are changing in the like in your bags in the shower. Like there's some small. You're gonna be surprised. Like the visiting locker room is definitely like some psychological warfare going on. I know Pittsburgh's is the same as ours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Like it's probably one of the better away locker rooms you're gonna get at Pitt. Like it is in Pittsburgh. And you would expect us to do some wild shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think Miami, they have the stadium built in a way where when it gets really hot out, the home team's shaded, and the other team's just cooking in the sun.
Oh, that's 100% true.
That's so wild.
Playing at Miami,
that's
bro,
home field advantage, though, right?
It's different, bro. Like when it's hot, it's hot.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
What was like the best minus playing in Iowa? Because we talked about this when we were in the facility. I always said I wanted to go to a game there. I didn't even know about the fans being that close. I was just talking about the hospital, the children's hospital that's there, and that's always a focal point when it's on TV. They're showing that everyone's waving. I just think that's the coolest thing ever. But what was like a second best environment you've played in college? You played in Penn State, Ohio State, I'm sure.
I like our rivalry games, like Iowa State, like walking in between the fans, like beer getting thrown on you, they're just screaming "fuck you." It's like, all right, cool. Nebraska's cool. They're the same fans. Nebraska fans are Nebraska fans because there isn't anything in Nebraska. So
they're wild.
Those fans are wild. Those fans are wild. But I think those two I really like. Minnesota, just because it's the home state.
Was that personal for you when you would play Minnesota?
100%.
How many offers did you have coming out of high school, and name them all? Was Iowa your first? Why'd you go to Iowa? Give me all of them right now.
Okay. My first offer was USD.
Okay.
Vermillion, South Dakota. We have a little beef because I think I missed a unofficial visit there, and they had my name tag from there for a while. Then SDSU, we had a team camp there every year. NDSU, my teammate from high school, Trey Lance, was there.
Oh wow!
So I was gonna commit there, decided to hold out, and then Minnesota came along. I don't know how much. Yeah, nah, I don't care. Fleck gave me 4 days to commit.
Like gave you a timeline?
Yeah, it was me and my dad. We were sitting in his office, and he's like, "I'm going on vacation. Call me in 4 days if you're gonna commit or not."
Really?
Yeah.
So,
and I was like, and me and my dad were like, oh, like we're excited to be there, whatever. And then we're like, oh, damn, like
4 days.
What?
Yeah.
Ended up not committing, whatever. And then Iowa came along. Coach Polisek was the offensive line coach at the time, and I was supposed to be an offensive lineman.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you.
But then Kelvin Bell, the D-line coach there, I met him at the unofficial visit there, whatever. Someone was like, go talk to KB. I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'll go talk to him. I'm this little shy, scrawny kid. Like, hey, my name is Yaya. He's like, you're going to be a defensive lineman. I was like, I just wanted to play football. And from there on, there was a little battle, but KB won it with ease and became a defensive lineman.
So was Minnesota like would have been your first choice because you're playing at home essentially?
Honestly, no.
No.
I didn't really like the coach over the speaker.
Yeah.
Like that hyped up thing at practice. Go to Iowa, it's like, hey, we're here, we're gonna hit each other. Let's keep her moving. Stuff like that, just head down. It reminded me of my high school. My high school coach was the same way. We ran trap and power and boot.
He's a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it? Yeah.
It's kind of funny how you say that it literally makes sense of why they drafted you. Like it all correlates. Like you want to play smash mouth football.
100%.
Like you don't want a patty cake or you don't want to deal with outside zone and shit. You want power. Power, fullback dive.
Yeah. Sounds bad. It hurts like hell, but like that's what it is.
I was watching a clip actually recently. It was Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis was, I guess they moved practice inside one day. I don't know if you saw that clip. And Ray Lewis was like, "Why are we practicing inside?"
Yeah.
He's like, "We are getting so soft for practicing inside with a little rain." He's like, "Football is supposed to be pain. Like we're supposed to be hurt, uncomfortable, and we're practicing inside."
Yeah.
That's kind of
different time.
That makes me think of like Iowa football. Like Iowa football is a little different.
There's some cold games out there.
Cold
Games out there.
They got nothing blocking that wind, cuz. There's nothing out there but cornfields. There's nothing blocking that wind, cuz. There's not a hill.
There's a couple bars.
That's about it.
Go downtown. That's blocking the wind.
That's about it.
Is that all college town downtown?
It's a college town. Yeah.
So it's a good time.
Oh, man, it's a great time.
After a win?
After a win or lose, we booze.
Yeah. That was our motto at Duquesne too, but we were in Southside. That was a different story.
Yeah, so I'm curious. So when you get offers in, it sounds like they come, like they don't all come at once, right? So what would be the reasoning? And I want to ask both of you this is, why aren't they all just coming in at once? Is it because they're finding out about you later, or they're realizing they need to fill a roster spot? Like, because if you would have accepted one of your first ones, like right out the gate, and you're like, this is probably the best it's going to be, like if that was the mentality, you could lose out on, going to Iowa. So do you guys have any idea of why the reasoning of, you would think that they just all hit you one day? What's the deal?
I mean, I had no offers, so I don't know if I could really touch on that as you can. I would think they want to see you develop more. Certain coaches probably want to see you develop more, play more. You could probably, I mean, your experience is probably a little different than mine.
I didn't post my offers. That might have been the biggest difference. You think? Yeah.
So you weren't that cool because you're only cool if you post your offers.
I made a Twitter that said, "Oh my gosh, if you go on my Twitter, it's literally like committed to Iowa, many great experiences to come," and that's the only reason I made the Twitter.
That was it.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's dope.
Like I can't stand the commitments now. They got chains on. They're like,
it's a
full blown uniforms on. It's just like
it's hashtag uncommitted.
Yeah.
But look at me in my full suit and kid it up out here.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like a movie. I guess it's for the drama. I don't. That part confuses me a little bit. I don't know, and maybe I'm just naive to it. But I would think a lot of the guys would want to. You would kind of know what you're going to get next year as far as like roster spots that need filled. Obviously, injuries happen. I get that. But like I don't understand why an Iowa wouldn't have reached out to you right away. But I don't know. There's got to be a method to that.
I feel like some parts of it is like almost like conference play as well. Like sometimes like certain schools will watch other schools and see how they move. Like recruiting's a chess game with a lot of players. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably seen that Minnesota offered you and they're like, how did we miss this kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that type of stuff happens often. Like for example, if you get a West Virginia offer, you're probably gonna get a Pitt offer. Simply just because of the rivalry itself. You know what I'm saying?
It public and if you don't post it, is it public anywhere else? Like, does anybody else know?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Just chatter?
I think it's out there, yeah.
Like behind the scenes chatter, or is there like a
website?
It's different now. There's money.
Okay.
There's money involved now.
Well, that's the thing.
Shoot.
Now it's
a bidding
different.
game.
Yeah. Right.
They're gonna put a salary cap on that. I want to talk about your combine experience. Everyone we get in here usually has some sort of crazy story about the combine. What was the combine experience like for you?
To be honest with you, I disliked it. I never, like, don't get me wrong, cool, whatever, I was there. I would never wish that on like my worst enemy. I don't want to go there again.
What sense? Waking up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m.?
Bro, the late, like, don't get me wrong, the meetings, like, coaches, like, whatever, that's cool. That thing just keeps going.
Yeah.
I mean, like, barely a break. And then by the, like, those, 2 days of meetings, and then by the end of it, you're like, I don't even want to test anymore. Like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I remember, like, waking up the day after testing because we had to bench. Guys didn't even want to be there. We were just like, I just want to get on the plane, get out of here. Man, I just ate sandwiches the whole time. The food's not good. I was training with Exos, so Exos had the hotel across the street because you can't be in the same building. Okay. But I just brought a bunch of sandwiches back to my room and I was munching on those.
Were you trying to be a certain weight, a certain?
Oh, I should have been skinnier.
You should have been?
Definitely should have been skinnier.
Why, you wanted to run a little faster?
Not tested like shit.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
What were your numbers? Like, I mean,
Man.
Not that
5'4", 40, some shit like that. It was slow as shit. Better athlete in person, though.
Yeah.
We're a better athlete football-wise.
Sometimes I think the combine is a bunch of fluff. Like, why wouldn't they have guys, run in full pads? Like, why wouldn't they run in full pads? We're running in underwear, but no one plays in underwear.
Yeah. Or make it make more sense. Like, why is he running a 40?
Why is he running a 40?
10-yard split. Because realistically, bro, you're not running no further than that, my dog.
If I'm running 40 yards, somebody fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Casey Hampton said that shit. Like,
he said the same. Yeah, he did. He said, if I'm chasing people down, our defense sucks. It's true. They should do different. I feel like they should change the combine a little bit in sense of like position-specific drills for these guys and test those numbers on those. Like you hitting a bag and then getting lateral for 10 yards because you could chase 10 yards.
Yeah,
I could chase 10
like
yards.
yeah. I don't.
Right.
I don't think big guys running a 40 tells really anything besides like okay he can run a little bit, but
what does it tell about a left tackle? Like really think about it. When is a left tackle actually sprinting?
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah, they're backpedaling.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So leaving the combine, were you kind of demoralized a little bit from your numbers? Like, were you like upset with yourself?
Oh, I was pissed.
Did you think you were still going to get drafted?
At that point, I didn't really. I was just like, it's over with.
Yeah,
like there were stages to this, like getting done with college football in January, going to train, and then there's just like this. Like back to back. There's combine, 30 visits, like all this stuff, and it's like, man, just like, can I just play football? Like I'm tired of this being in underwear, everybody checking me out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And I'm not gonna lie, you're still in that process now because like that whole rookie year is like the longest year of your life. Like you said, you finish football in January, and then you're playing fake football and people are checking you out in your underwear, and then you go OTAs, and now you're here for an extra week. You're going to get 4 weeks off, but you ain't going to be off. Like, you're going to be working your ass off in these next 4 weeks. Then you go right into training camp. You have rookie meetings, preseason. You're going to be playing a ton. It is. It's brutal. The rookie season is long. Right. Long. Everyone's season is long, but to be a rookie that was in the combine – it's extra long. It's grueling, but you seem like you got a right mindset about yourself that you're going to be, just fine in that sense.
I think about Jackson as well as Will Howard because they ended even later than everybody else. They was in the national championship, and they've been playing football. They went straight to the combine. I think the combine was like a month after they just got done with the national championship, or a couple weeks. Yeah, no, it wasn't that long.
At that point, though, like, what more do they got to see? You know what I mean? Like, they got to see you in the underwear. I don't get that. Like if you played up until February in the national championship, like, and then you got to see a guy run a month later. Didn't you already see what you got to see?
Yeah, and then there's always those debates about the quarterbacks that don't throw and whatnot, and a lot of it's from what I understand is because they're not throwing to their guys. So like you have to build a rapport with you just can't throw to a random wide receiver and expect the same results that you had when you were balling out at the school that you were at with the. So I feel like that hurts some guys, but I guess it's just like really a spectacle, and maybe it like moves the needle a minuscule amount, and that's what they're maybe looking for. I don't necessarily think it's like they're living or dying by the combine.
Yeah.
And, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it maybe is like oh, we were watching these two guys, but this dude runs significantly faster or is significantly more athletic, but it must be so hard to determine.
I mean, the combine's for finding the diamonds in the rough, really, right?
It's
like you're not looking for like the top guys.
Smith.
You're talking about the guys at the end of the season. You know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
You're looking for the freak athlete that's at that D2 or like some no-name mid-range school that's like, oh crap, how did we miss this dude? He's running 4.2s. Like,
yeah,
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, 100%. I want to get into what kind of games are you looking for this year? Like, what games you might have circled on the calendar now if you even looked at our schedule? Like, do you have any games? We play in Chicago. I know that's in one of our Midwest. We play Minnesota, but that's in Ireland. Did you grow up a Vikings fan?
I did grow up a Vikings fan.
So you're looking forward to that Ireland game a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never been across the seas. I think I'm more looking forward to
the travel.
Yeah, the travel.
Yeah,
that's hard.
You get your passport?
Yeah, I got my passport.
All right,
that's cool.
Yeah, if you don't got the passport, they might cut us if you don't got a passport that's updated. They'll just be like, yeah, Christian, you don't got your passport.
So we hit the bus.
You're gonna be on the street. I am looking for. I was never across the seas either. I went this past month. I went to Portugal for a wedding. The flight's real. It was 6.5 hours, 7-hour flight. We're gonna be on a flight with a bunch of our teammates, which will make it a little better because you can move around on the flight. But those flights are no joke.
How long is it?
To Ireland, I heard it's like 8 hours.
Yeah,
I'm just there.
I'll be intrigued to hear what you guys have to say after that. I mean, I think it sounds fun, but like middle of the season or whatever part of the season that happens, like
week 4.
Week 4, okay, yeah.
Man.
Like being tired just from being in 4 weeks into a season, like it's got to be a bit taxing. I'm just interested because now I think I saw people waiting for like tickets, and there's hundreds of thousands of people waiting to like get tickets to that, which is interesting. That the brand is recognized and wanted across the board. So that's cool. I think in a couple of years it might just be a routine thing that like
for sure.
There's at least a handful of games, or maybe every team plays one game overseas.
The amount of Blue Man tournaments on that.
Yeah,
going to be interesting.
I'm talking about the flight. I'm going to be a little more comfortable on the flight than he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're going to get a good seat because they'll go off of body size. They'll probably put you in an exit row.
Come on.
Yeah, you probably won't be in first class like some of the other guys, but you're going to get a good seat based on your size. Like you'll be in an exit row. I'll be tucked in the corner in the back with the media. The media and the equipment guys. I'll be in the back of the plane, but that's all right.
He's still on the plane.
Yeah, I'm still on the plane. As long as you're on the plane, it's all that matters. I want to talk about a little bit about the rookie class that we brought in. D. Harmon, we drafted in the first round. What's that been like? Knowing that we drafted a first rounder, different position, but in the same group as you. Kind of learning from him, watching him, hearing Dunbar coach. Like what's that been like with the whole rookie class in general? Because you probably played against some of these guys, and now you're teammates with them. How's everyone been? Cool.
Yeah, I mean everybody's great. I think we're all just searching for the same thing. We're just trying to keep a job. At the end of the day, I think the coolest part is we got 2 other Iowa guys here. That got brought in with me. Caleb
cool.
Johnson and Sebastian Castro. Those are my guys. So I think it was really cool just being able to come here with them.
Were you there in Iowa? You played 5 years at Iowa.
5 years.
Were those guys with you all 4 years?
Yeah, Castro was there a year before me. He's a 6 year,
okay.
And then Caleb got there, whatever year you did.
Castro just looks like an old school safety. He wears the old nose. He wears the nose tape.
That's dope.
He just looks like an old school safety that's going to come down. And
he's probably smart as shit.
Yeah, he seems like a smart football player.
He don't talk much.
No,
you can get him to talk. But he doesn't talk much. But man, you tell him to go get it, he's gonna go get it.
Yeah, those are the ones you got to worry about, the quiet ones.
And then you don't see them either, bro. They're like another linebacker.
Yeah, and then they just appear and
just hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who, for Steelers fans listening, who would you say your comp is? Like, who would you say that's in the league currently that you've watched growing up? Who would you say your game models the most after? And then who's a guy that you, like, study? Maybe you don't have the same techniques as that guy, but, like, who's another guy that you study?
Man, growing up, I was a Jared Allen fan.
Love that.
Wow.
I was a Jared Allen fan.
Former long snapper.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he was.
He was a go-getter.
Yeah.
He had a motor on him. But now I'm really watching Cam. The stutter bull, like he's doing it all. He's got it in his bag. He gets deep in there.
Yeah, he does.
But like he's good at the basics, the fundamentals, like the stuff that's real.
Yeah.
And that really starting to follow that now.
Is that the key to D-line? Like everyone, obviously the flash is great. Having sacks is great. Tackles for loss, great. But the fundamentals I feel like are so overlooked, and people think that, with your size, you're just going to get in there and be able to, he's 6'7", whatever he is. Why can't he eat up 2 blocks? But I feel like people overlook the fundamentals of D-line. Is that like number one, the biggest key to playing D-line and being successful at D-line?
Yeah, I think that's where it all starts.
Hands and feet.
You rarely get overpowered by another person.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's your fault. Mm-hmm. Like you fucked up somewhere along the way with your fundamentals.
In a sense of like first step wise?
Yeah, first step, hand placement, eyes, feet. Like you did something wrong. You rarely get just straight up whooped.
Yeah.
Right. When did you start realizing that? Like your D-line coach at Iowa, were they very good at coaching that stuff? Because I feel like some college coaches kind of just roll guys out there and they just kind of bank on their athleticism and who they are to make plays. But it almost seems like your coaching staff at Iowa was like super detailed, super, obviously like a professional team, professional coaching staff. Was that something that they kind of engraved in you?
Yeah. Same thing here. It's like the fundamentals, you start with the basics and we're going to do the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Like you do the same thing every day, you're going to get better at it.
Yeah. Because for me, I feel like just as a long snapper, obviously it's totally different. And if I get overpowered, sometimes, it's not my fault.
That was not on you.
You're just getting overpowered. You're just getting crushed in there. But, sticking to the basics and trusting your technique is, what long snappers, what specialists have to do. I mean, I feel like the second, like, you roll out the ball and you're over the ball and, anybody can snap. Like, I could teach you guys how to snap. Like, anybody can kind of get out there and snap. But when someone's, like, digging their hands in and that you got to block them with a chance of crossing your face and chance of different games being on you, then you got to, like, learn to trust your technique and get after it.
Yeah.
And, like, Trey, I'm sure you can attest to that at receiver as well. Like, how good's a kid's release when he's running it on a bag, or you got the hand shield and he's working his release, but when a live defender's in front of him, is he going to do the same thing when the defender's hands are in different spots?
Mm-hmm. Well, I also like to tell kids, like, practice on the things that you're going to actually do in the game, because like bad habits do exist in practice. And the reason why I say that is because like I never understood the practice makes perfect thing until you start to coach and you start to see like, oh, this kid did the same exact thing he did on Monday and then he did it on Tuesday and now he's doing it again on Saturday. That makes sense. I got to catch him before he gets there. Yeah. So like you're saying, bro, it's a lot different. But the ultimate thing that you really got to learn as a player, personally, from what I've seen, is like you have to be consistent in the detail. Because if you're not consistent in the detail, at some point in time, somebody's going to get you. It might not be the next game. It might not be the game after that. But at some point in time, because you weren't detailed, somebody else was more detailed than you, and he's going to come and get you. And that's the one thing that I feel like as coaches you see, and you're like, oh, shit, like, yeah. The small details don't just matter, but we got to make sure that we teach them, because I feel like in your sense, right, you talked about your coach having a sense of what we need to be doing. Either one of the two things happen. Either he's been coaching that specific position for a long time or he played the position. In college specifically, you don't always get that. Sometimes you just get coaches that the coach liked and he's a really good dude and he just needed to fill a spot, and unfortunately you got the person that had to fill the spot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it sounds like you had either a guy who really like coached for a while in that position or he played the position himself, because you're starting from the ground basics of the fundamentals and you're talking about things that most guys coming into the NFL don't know how to watch film or don't know what they're really looking at in their own position. Just being honest, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have receiver until I got to like my senior year of college. I had no idea on what I was actually watching on film until like I had somebody sit me down and go, this is the reason why you're bad. Yeah. This is the fundamental you're missing. This is the detail.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting, real quick. The offensive and defensive line are both thankless positions, I think. And I wanted to ask you about like specifically your role and your view on it. Do you get more pride in like opening up a hole for your linebackers or safeties to like make a play? Because I think as a fan that doesn't understand football might look at the stat sheet for a D tackle, at the ends, you know, you're pretty much like you want to get sacks, right? But for a D tackle, I don't think people understand is like your job isn't necessarily to get the ball. Like if you do, great. Like you want to eat up blocks. If there's a fullback, you want to take him out of the play, get the running back out of the play if he's pass blocking. But, you know, is that something you take pride in? And is it almost like in the defensive line circle is when the guy that really wants to make all those plays and he's like forgetting about his guys behind him, is that kind of like, oh man, he's kind of got it twisted, like you're supposed to take pride in that? Like so when we had Casey Hampton on, he was like, yeah, I want to open up for the guys behind me. I don't care if I make the play, it's for everybody behind. But I don't think that's understood.
Yeah, my idea behind that is make the makeables and then take calculated risk.
Cool. All right.
You know what I mean? So like, of course, I'm gonna eat up the double team. Like, you have to do your job at the end of the day, and then when the play comes your way, that's either your play or like within your grasp, make that play.
Right.
But at the same time, there's also calculated risk. Like sometimes there's like, hey,
you gotta go.
I know something, go get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's always risk to it, but that has to be calculated.
I always wonder about D linemen too. You know, I've obviously never played D line, but like when you're talking about those calculated risks, are you talking about like if someone's trying to reach you and they overset you backdoor and you're trying to make that play down the line?
Yeah. There's things happen fast.
Those things happen natural for you?
Yeah. Like if you get over like he overreaches you go underneath.
Yeah.
You better make the play because you can't get out there. But you make that play, you look great. Mm-hmm. But that guard turns back on you.
You're in trouble. Everybody's in trouble.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Because now that gap's open. He's on the second level. It's like there's times where plays can be made. Yeah. And those are the ones that look good on play on the stat sheet. But then there's times where it doesn't happen, people don't see it, and they blame somebody else.
Yeah.
Did you get that leeway at Iowa to kind of like, were they kind of like, go make that? Like, don't be worrying about taking that kind of, we want you to take that risk. Or were they kind of more like a system kind of defense where, no, you do your job, let everybody do their job? Or did you get a little leeway, you know, after your junior year, you were very productive, senior year, very productive. Like, were they pushing you to kind of go make those?
Yeah, there's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I was a big like, hey, if I'm in my gap, my linebacker better be here. Like we had such a calculated defense.
Yeah,
that
always.
because we had coaches, we got coaches there that have been there since 2000. You know what I mean? Like that thing has been refined, changed, tweaked. You know what I mean? Like so, if you trust it enough, plays will be made. You know what I mean? But there's also times like, hey, a coach can't teach this.
Yeah.
Go make the play.
100%. What kind of adversity have you gone through in your career? You know, what was like a hardship in either your life or your football journey that kind of made you the player and the man that you are today?
Man, I got two. My mom, she hasn't been in my life about 9 years now. Wow. I'd say that was the hardest part, going from high school to college without having that person behind you that like tough. In movies is the one that stayed. Right. You know what I mean? Like your mom's there 24/7. Yeah. But instead it was my dad. Like that's my dog.
That's your guy.
We butted heads a lot. We still do a little bit, but like we have the best relationship we've had since middle school, whatever.
Tough love.
And then got to college, injury. Like it just sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, like the freak shit, you can't dodge. Yeah. But the little shit, you can dodge. Right. But at the end of the day, injury fucking sucks. Yeah. You're sitting on the sideline watching your guys go ball out at practice and you're sitting there on the bike.
Yeah.
You know, watching practice go on.
That's right.
Are you doing, I see you, always getting extra work in. Just from the short time that I've known you in these last 6 weeks, whatever, I always see you getting a little extra work in, whether it's, on the elliptical, out on the field, hitting the sled a little extra. Is that something that you want to like integrate to kind of prevent injury or just kind of fine tune your skills?
A little bit of both. I mean, always working to prevent the little stuff because the best ability is availability. Like like all I hear like going through college is like the span of the NFL career is what, 3.5, 3 years,
2.5,
2.5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
smaller
for
than that.
long.
Not even the length of a rookie contract. You know what I mean? And I really didn't get it until, say, about 2 years ago. Like, I had a labrum surgery. I couldn't dodge that one. A little holding, fell Wisconsin. Damn it, assholes. Dislocated my shoulder. You know, like just like couldn't dodge that one. You know, but like it's like, hey, if you're not around, people take spots. So like even getting here, it's like, hey, if I can prevent the little stuff, if the major stuff gets me, so be it.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping away from a tweaked hammy, a cramp in practice, like the small things. Hydrate, stay, like just doing the right things.
What? Go ahead, Jess.
No, here.
I was just gonna say, like, what are you doing for recovery? Because you play such a brutal position, bro, and you're taking on double teams with men who are literally 300 and something pounds. And so together, that double team's like 600 something, right? So like, for me, I immediately think lower back, right? Like, how are you taking care of your body in order for you to stay on the field? Like, what are some things that you're doing that you can help out some of these young D linemen or young linemen out here?
Man, I really started getting into stretching. Especially, well, this past year, haven't been able to get there, but I got a Hot Works membership.
Okay.
Me and the girl been doing yoga. Yoga, like just flexibility, like it's in a steam room, it's hot as hell, don't get me wrong. Sucks sometimes, but like staying flexible, like mobility wise is really, I feel like is a big part of the game that I wish I would have really latched onto and listened to it.
100%. I bet you need 2 mats in that yoga class too, right?
That's gotta be a
I'm
sight.
telling you.
That's
So
a sight.
the box is like this, right? I'm facing this way when the screen's this way. It's a bad look. I might have to email the guy because that box is not meant for big people.
Heck no.
You guys send an email. You need an extra large, well, maybe a 2X mat, maybe a 3X mat. Get in there, get that padded mat, make sure that thing's about 5 by 5 yards by 5 yards. Fit your big ass on there.
Could you imagine just seeing him in a class like this and everybody else is like real tiny?
Hey, make sure it's only me signed up for that class. Either go early in the morning or late at night because I don't want to be in there with somebody else.
Right.
Talk to us about when you got the call from Pittsburgh. Who called you? What was that like? You know, I'm sure your dad was there. That whole experience, because I feel like that's like a wholesome moment in everyone's career, like getting that call from an NFL team, like we're drafting you. Like we've never got to experience that. We obviously hear a bunch of guys that got to experience that, and you know some guys get emotional about it because it's life changing. So what was that experience like? Who called you from the Steelers? What did they say? Did you have anything to say back to them? Were you kind of like in shock? And where were you? Was there a party? What was going on?
Yeah, so I was back in my hometown. Damn. I don't want to give the motherfucker credit, but I got prank called twice.
No,
You got it too.
I pissed some people off in my lifetime, but damn.
Oh man.
on the like probably one of the biggest days of my life. Like I was pissed. Got prank called twice. And I was good. I was having a little draft party, had friends, family, coach, like whatever, and it's called Varsity Pub. They have paninis. It's like flatbread. Okay. Wrapped up. Oh my God, it's so good. So that was like the place, like favorite spot growing up as a kid. Had everybody there, and I was doing good. Like I wasn't watching the TV. Yeah, you know what I mean. I was meeting people, talking to people. After the 2 prank calls, really got pissed. Yeah, like my girlfriend saw it. She was like, I can't. Don't talk to that motherfucker right now. He's pissed. Finally sat down, and I was just sitting there like, now you're looking at your phone. Like I was really pissed off. Got a call. I kind of blacked out. I just like got a call. I don't even know who the fuck I was talking to at that point. I was like, you better not be fucking with me because I got prank called earlier today. Like literally they're just like pissed, and then couldn't hear them. Stepped outside, and all I see is like the glass is like friends, family, like recording, man, and so excited. And man, I walked in there and instantly hugged my dad. Yeah, I gave him the biggest hug, and yeah, that's
tears. Had to be tears.
I was good, man. I was good. If I didn't get prank called, I wouldn't have been thinking about it. But damn, I fucking just broke down.
That's so wild. I wonder if that really all came from that one, the leak with the Falcons kids coach and all that stuff. And he got fined $100K for that. Like the
yeah,
coach.
I mean,
crazy.
I might have to give my kid an ass whooping. I ain't gonna lie.
What do you mean might? You have to.
Like you got to.
Like obviously it had nothing to do with the coach. Like they found the iPad and had all the numbers and stuff like that.
I lost $100,000 and I almost lost my job because you think it's funny.
Yeah.
Ass whooping.
Oh my god.
Ass whooping.
And to be caught on
More than an ass whooping. I'm telling you.
and to have it recorded and stuff too. That's insane.
The fact that kids are doing that now, on the biggest day of like other people's lives, like this is your life.
Yeah.
Like, this is your job. This is what you do for a living. How you feed your family.
Yeah.
The fact that kids are doing that, it honestly infuriates me.
I wish you could do a meet and greet with them. Whoever called you.
Oh
man. Just so they could look up to you, like, oh man, it was just a joke.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm a fan.
Yeah. You
like,
think they prank call him if they were like standing next? You think they do something if they were standing next to him? They'd be like,
no.
I'm sorry, can I get an autograph? They probably ask you for an autograph.
Right. You're my favorite. Yeah. No, I do want to ask though. So Steelers obviously, I feel like made a concerted effort to reestablish their run defense. And I say this with a grain of salt. It's the Steelers defense, but it seems that we struggled a little bit in the run defense in the past couple of years. So I feel like that's an effort that the Steelers are making, obviously getting 2 defensive tackles in this. Knowing of the steel curtain, if that's something you're aware of, that terminology, and like just being in that locker room, are you guys or is your mindset like we're gonna hold this down this year? Is that something that's like a tone in the locker room for the Steelers? Like, hey, we're gonna really build up this line and get back to our roots. Is that some of the conversation you guys are having? Or
man, Dunbar knows how to slip it in there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like he knows what he wants to get out of this.
Yeah.
And it's like he puts those subtle hints, or sometimes he'll just tell you straight out what the fuck he wants.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, you're here to do a job. Go out there and fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's go put hands on somebody. Let's stop patty caking around. Like, let's go do it.
Yeah.
So really just taking that to heart. I just want to do my job. Wherever you need me, I'm gonna fucking be there. You know what I mean? Like, that's the most I can do as a rookie. Besides, like, just going out there and just,
Playing,
pissing down my leg. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out there and do my fucking best because I want this fucking job.
Yeah.
I got goals and things I have in mind. You know what I mean? So I'm out here to just throw my body on the line.
It's dope.
See, I like that.
Dope, yeah.
I like that a lot, man. Some parts of me wish that like that. I don't know if this actually happens, and it might already happen, but I wish like the guys who played in the 75s or the 80s came back and like allowed y'all to have real conversations with those guys. Like, yo, like what did it mean to you to be a Steeler? Because, like, hearing about these guys in their past, bro, and then seeing the newer generation come through, bro, like, there's just a lot of alignment that I wish that those conversations could be had, bro, because the want to, right, is so crazy with the younger generation, bro. Like, seeing the guys that are coming in this draft, I went back and watched everybody's film at least once, you know what I'm saying, just to see what they're about. I mean, that's what kind of junkie I am, bro. I'm a football junkie, you feel me? So, like, I went back and watched your tape, right, and everything about you says Pittsburgh, right, how you carry yourself. Even just from your discussions, this is how your demeanor is Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you could go back right now, you probably haven't done it yet. But to me, I feel like you played this role where y'all could be the group that this year pushes the hump. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely believe that. I think your group is the group because you already have the veterans in front of you. You know what I mean? And Christian being one of them now, my old head. You feel me?
Jeez.
Shout out to my old head. Yeah, big dog in the room. Big dog. But then you guys got the new generation coming in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's beautiful because now you get a chance to really learn. Getting Aaron Rodgers, that's huge, bro, for Will Howard to get an opportunity to learn. You got Cam, that's huge for you to get a chance to learn, right? So I'm curious to see, like, in your eyes, like, if you had to pick a Steeler right now that you could talk to and just ask for advice from what you know of, who would you ask?
Bro, I'd ask
Joe Green.
Joe Green.
That's what I was
easily off the top of my head. Like, hearing about him growing up, you hear, like, glimpses of it. Never really, like, grasped onto the idea of, like, this motherfucker does this shit. You know what I mean? And then, like, Coach Dunbar, like, that being his mentor, Pete Jenkins, like, I went to Iowa watching Pete Jenkins, like, his tape, and watching Dunbar at LSU on this clip. Like, I got to college watching this stuff. Like, really just, like, to learn from that was wild.
You know what's cool? What's cool about Pittsburgh too is like former Steelers. Obviously, we had that like alumni day where Steelers came down. Like Mean Joe Green's around all the time. Like he's in our building. Like you'll get a chance to meet him and you know, it's almost like kind of surreal. I grew up a Steeler fan. I'm from Pittsburgh. Like, obviously, like, I know all about the Super Bowls, all about Mean Joe Green, Terry Bradshaw, freaking Lynn Swann, all these guys that are Franco Harris, like all these guys that are famous Steelers, famous people in the world. Like, they come around our buildings and still, like, they just want to see us. Like, Coach T says it all the time, like, these alumni are the only people that don't want anything from you. They just want to see you play Pittsburgh Steeler football. And I feel like Joe Green, like, when he comes around, I'll be excited for you to talk to him, because that dude, he could still play.
He's the standard.
I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care. If he puts his hands on you, you're not making it out of there.
You know what I love about Mean Joe Green? He's really not that mean in person, yo. Like, if you meet this person in person, like, he's an incredible human being. But when they put that Darth Vader mask on, it's a different breed, bro. Like, that team, I don't know if you were hearing about when they were talking about the Super Bowl, but at that point in time, they were both coming out of the same area for the Super Bowl. And they're talking crazy to the other team because they just care that much about being a Pittsburgh Steeler. You know what I mean? So that, for me, being nostalgic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I hope that comes back. I would rather us be the bad boys and the good guys. Personally, I'm a fan. That's all I'm saying. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it.
He's going to see you go to Mel Blunt's, right? All the rookies go to Mel Blunt's. It's like a rookie tradition. You're going to get a chance to, you know, Mel Blunt, he invented the 5-yard freaking – like, you can't put hands on a receiver past 5 yards because of Mel Blunt. And when you see this dude, you're going to be like, this dude played corner in the 70s.
6'4".
Bro, he's yoked.
Still could do it.
Yoked.
Farm boy. Y'all were connecting that way.
Oh, yeah. You'll like it out there. Yeah, that's cool. That'll be a cool experience. That'll be really cool. Man, I want to thank you for coming in. I know you got a busy-ass schedule. This has been great. Boys, thank you. I don't know if you guys got anything else for Yaya.
Yeah.
I can't even call you Yaya. I'm calling you Yaya. Anything else for Yaya here? Man,
you got to brand that though. You got to just run with that.
You and my grandma Yaya.
There you go.
96.
The only thing I gotta say is, yo, Christian, you're in charge of bringing back the Steelers, man, in the sense of the culture, because you from here, you know it, you know what's going on. And then the second thing I'll say is, bro, is welcome to the city, bro. Like, thankful to have you here. Thankful to be a part of this mission.
Yeah. Wait, I do gotta ask you, what has your experience been like in Pittsburgh so far? The people, the food. You get some good food. You go to get a Permane sandwich and all.
I have not yet. I heard about it, but I haven't got there yet. We talked about the people.
Gritty people.
Man, there's some characters out here. But man, it's great. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Went to what is it? Jenny's, a little ice cream spot.
Jenny's.
Millie's.
No, fuck. Southside.
Pages.
Wow. That's a bad look. It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
Pages is
some man. It's a girl's name. Got some good ice cream there. We'll explore the city a lot.
We'll explore it. Once you get here, once you get settled in after training camp, you'll explore the city. We'll get you a Permane sandwich. We'll get you an icy light cold beer. Ooh.
Yeah, wait till you taste the delicacy of French fries on a sandwich.
And
that very high class cuisine around here.
Or on a salad.
I'm with it. I'm all for it.
So good though.
You got to get the Pittsburgh salad too. The fries and the
ranch dressing, fries.
Steak.
It's not the healthiest salad. Like,
If
you're trying to gain weight, you eat a Pittsburgh salad.
Yeah.
You don't lose weight.
Right.
Yaya, thank you, brother. This wraps up season 2, episode 3. Like, share, boom, subscribe, retweet, repost. Laugh it up.